I'm Adam Gordon. I'm co-founder and CEO at Candidate ID, which is recruitment software for international employers and staffing agencies.
Adam, you do a lot of work in the area of social media. That's a field that you understand. Why is social media important for senior executives?
So I think senior executives can achieve a lot of objectives using social media. So for example, they can attract high quality talent to come and work for them. They can identify or be approached about senior opportunities that might be of relevance to them. They can win new business. They can achieve influence with government and with media. And something that I think is really important is social media is no longer a sort of side activity. And I think that for most senior executives, it's now really just part of what they do.
I notice that when I'm in touch with people and I'm speaking to them on the phone for the first time, what they're doing is they're looking me up online. So they're looking at my social media profile. So a social media profile is no longer a nice to have, it's essentially a must have today, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right, because what they want to understand is, have you got shared professional interests? Have you got shared contacts? Do you look as if you're credible through your career history, for example? And if you're not there, or you've got a very limited social media profile, it's not going to give them very much information about you. So if you've got great things to be sharing about yourself, then you want people that you're talking to, even while they're on the phone talking to you, to understand that you are somebody they should keep talking to.
And if you're in the situation where you are open to new opportunities or you're actively looking for a new opportunity, you really have no choice. You've got to be present, you've got to be visible in terms of social media.
You're absolutely missing out on opportunities because all of the executive search firms and the in-house executive search teams are scouring social media to find out information about people. And if you're not going to get found in a list, then you're potentially not going to get considered.
So if somebody is doing this well, and if they're really maximizing the opportunity through social media, what can they do? What are the possibilities there?
Well, I think that the most important things that they need to be doing are making sure that they are conveying all of their USPs and their successes. Obviously not the confidential things or the stock market sensitive things, for example, but what is it they've been able to actually achieve? And that's going to mean that more people are drawn towards them.
And I guess you need to have a consistent social media message, whether you're conveying it through one application or another. There's got to be some consistency in what you're putting across.
I think that's really important, and I believe that social networks are kind of converging in terms of style as well. And something that most senior executives won't realize yet is that Facebook is going to be a very important source for finding out information about people. And if your LinkedIn profile looks highly professional and your Facebook profile looks not so professional, then it's the consistency is not going to be there.
What are some of the rules, Adam, around social media? What do we need to be aware of?
So the first one is don't put your date of birth on social media because that's gold dust for people that want to clone your details. However, on top of that, I think it's important to make sure that your profile is well fleshed out and that it's got all the information that you would want people to know about you. Everybody that is evaluating a social media profile is going to look for different things in the same way that they do value different things on a CV. So there's certain aspects of somebody's LinkedIn profile that I probably don't really look at, say their interests and things like that. I really want to look at who do they work for now, what did they do before that, and that's what I personally look at. But it's important to display things like interests because other people will value that.
They're looking for a common connection, I suppose.
Absolutely, they're looking for things that they've got in common with that individual because that's immediate rapport.
And I guess like anything else, you need to keep this information fresh.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you've achieved new objectives and when you have taken on new responsibilities, when there's new things that you want to achieve, not just the things that you've maybe done, but things that you're actually looking for. I think it's important to make sure that you've included that in your social media. And one example of that would be the CEO of an organization, a marketing business, who was looking to really develop his company's capabilities, actively said on the summary of his LinkedIn profile, I really want to know more about. It was a particular cutting edge subject within marketing. And people were coming to him and saying, yeah, I've seen your profile. Actually, I know about this kind of thing. So it was opening up new opportunities.
Creating a conversation.
Exactly.
I guess one of the dangers is that people sometimes use one social media for the wrong type of application. You have to be careful, I guess, where are you storing the confidential information and how are you conveying that critical confidential information to the executive search firms, for example?
No, of course. If you're CFO of a stock market listed business, there's probably a less information that you can put on there that is going to convey your achievements compared to if you are maybe a marketing director or an HR director or somebody where your kind of accomplishments are actually a lot more visible.
And I guess for senior executives, if you're using tools like Not Actively Looking, then these tools are replacing the CV, because really the CV that we used to rely on is no longer as important as it was.
Well, Not Actively Looking is brilliant because it means that people can allow access to information that they wouldn't want publicly available to the people that they are giving permission to see that detail.
And so, but even with the social media presence that we have today, it does limit the importance of the CV. It's less important today, I guess, than it was before.
Well, there's discussion all over social media, which is growing rapidly about the demise of the CV. And to be honest, I'm not really sure that the CV serves the purpose that it used to, because there's an abundance of information about people, not just in terms of like statutory corporate details, but in terms of what you can find out about individuals and what they're happy to share. Something that I think is absolutely true, more so now than ever, is that almost everybody is a candidate. Almost everybody will say, yes, I'm interested if that 1 in a million opportunity comes their direction. If they're not presenting themselves, they might miss out on that lifetime kind of opportunity.
Adam, can I ask you, what are some of the main tactics around use of social media that we should be aware of?
So I think that the most important tactic in the people that I see generating the best success from social media is that they're sharing new things regularly. They're not marketing themselves and they're not marketing their organization, but they're sharing insights, and those insights and useful, relevant things that they're sharing are driving more people towards them, and that's going to create opportunity. So I think that the first important thing that people need to do is share status updates on LinkedIn. Tweet, share status updates, professional related status updates on Facebook, because Facebook is becoming a very professional social network. It's really converged with LinkedIn.
Yeah, so do more.
Do more.
Thank you.